This is your review for long division. And I'm just going to review long division so you can do well in the quiz. Let's see if I can get it focused in here. So let's do a few questions before the quiz. Try one more time. Here's an example. Alright, so I'm going to divide these polynomials. So I set it up long division. This is the way you did in elementary school. Long divide sign. This is called the dividend. This is the divisor. And then we look at the power terms. We look at the leading terms and divide them. So 4x cubed divided by x. So we divide those. And when you divide those, that's 4x squared. For some, they might want to write this down and then actually do the work. So again, if you divide this, you get 4x squared. Now we're going to multiply. So 4x squared times x, 4x squared times 3, and then subtract. If you're going to make a mistake, unfortunately, it's probably going to be here subtracting. So when we subtract, they eliminate 2 subtract 12 is negative 10. Be careful how you do it, and then bring down the next term. And we do it again. So we're going to divide the leading term and divide it into here. So if I divide it, I get negative 10x, and then I'm going to multiply. So negative 10x times x, negative 10x times 3. Again, this is where you need to be super careful. So if I'm subtracting here, you're subtracting a negative. So you're really adding. So negative 7 plus 30. And then bring down the last term. 23x divided by x. 23 times 3. And then be careful to subtract correctly. Now, we're not going to write the remainder like r negative 64. Instead, we're going to subtract, do a fraction. That 64 is the numerator, and then the denominator is your divisor, and you have your answer right there. All right, one more example. So you can do really well in the quiz today. All right. So we're set this up with long division. Be careful. We have a missing term here. And when you have a term that's missing, and we have x cubed x squared, but no x, you have to put a 0 as a placeholder when you're missing a term, and then plus 1. And then we divide. So 4x cubed divided by x squared, that's 4x. Then multiply. That's 8. Subtract. Be so careful when you're subtracting. The 4x cubes cross out. Negative 1 subtract 8 is negative 9. We have a 0x. I'm just going to bring down the 1 because when I divide here and see it, oh, what did I do wrong? Let me try again. Do you notice how I put the 8x under the x squared? Why is that wrong? Is because they're not like terms. So I'm going to correct my mistake. It's okay. So this should really be 0x squared, and the 8x should actually go underneath the 0x. So when I had 8x, they go under like terms. We have no x squared, so you can leave it empty or put in 0x squared. And now subtract. They still cross out. Negative x squared, take away nothing, is negative x squared. And then 0 subtract 8 is negative 8. And then you can bring down the last term, which is 1. And now divide. So negative x squared and x squared. Divide, that's negative 1. And then multiply. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice, I hope. put them under like terms. So negative 1 times 2, they go underneath each other, like terms. And now subtract. So negative 8x, subtract nothing. And then 1, be careful here. 1 subtract negative 2. When you subtract a negative, you're adding. So it's 1 plus 2. And then again, we're going to write this as a fraction. So if I finalize the answer from up here, it would be 4x subtract 1. And then I would still add and have a fraction, and it would be negative 8x plus 3. That's the numerator. And then the denominator is x squared plus 2. And there you go. All right, good luck on the redo. Mr. GMath, over now.